Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss important multiple choice questions on the topic development of an individual zoology part, right? Development of an individual zoology part. Chicken eggs have large amount of yolk, whereas most mammalian eggs have practically none. Survival of most mammalian embryos is made possible by the fact that these are milk fed, are larger than chicken embryos, are nourished through placenta, need more food and chicken embryos. They are nourished through placenta. Development of a fertilized egg starts from invagination, regeneration, fragmentation, cleavage. It is cleavage. Correct option. In all animals, fertilized ovum develops in a specific sequence of which is zygote, cleavage, blastula, gastrula, zygote, blastula, cleavage, gastrula, zygote, cleavage, gastrula, blastula, zygote, gastrula, blastula, cleavage. First option is correct, that is zygote, cleavage, blastula, gastrula. Gastrula stage is the in development of frog is characterized by formation of ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm layers, ectoderm layers surrounding the blastocyst, ectoderm and endoderm layers forming archentron, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm layer. Fourth option is correct, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm layer. Blastopore is found in gastrula, blastula, larva, adult. It is found in gastrula. Larval stage in life history of frog is grows in uterus of frog, lives on land, resembles adult frog, is different in structure and behavior from adult frog. The correct option, it is different in structure and behavior from adult frog. Next, during metamorphosis, the tail of frog's tadpole gets broken off, pinched off and eaten up by the other tadpoles, dried up and falls reabsorbed. Correct option is reabsorbed. Next one, addition of a trace of thyroid extract or iodine in water kills frog's tadpole, accelerates tadpole's metamorphosis, slows down tadpole's metamorphosis, restricts metabolism. It accelerates tadpole's metamorphosis. Frog's tadpole is omnivorous, carnivorous, herbivorous, predaceous. It is herbivorous. Amnion is an extra embryonic membrane formed during embryonic development of cockroach, lizard, toad, fish. It is lizard. The last gastrula of frog shows ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, blastopore and archentron. Ectoderm, mesoderm, blastopore and archentron, endoderm, ectoderm, blastocoel, archentron, ectoderm, endoderm, blastopore. First option is correct, ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, blastopore and archentron. Right? Tadpole of frog feeds mainly upon insects and worms, aquatic plants, floating organisms, small fishes. It is aquatic plants. Role of placenta is acts as a storage organ, convey nerve impulses, protect embryo from shocks, provide essential requirements for growth of embryo. Fourth option, provide essential requirement for growth of embryo. As a result of metabolism in mammalian embryo, no wastes are produced, wastes are absorbed by the embryo, wastes are eliminated through mother's body, accumulated wastes are eliminated after birth. Third option, wastes are eliminated through mother's body. Stage of embryonic development in which differentiation of cells occur, blastula, morula, gastrula, neurula. It is neurula. Blastopore normally develops into anus or mouth, none of these. Anus. Gastrulation in frog involves epiboly, emboli, invagination, all of these. A correct option, all of these. Division in frog's egg is holoblastic, meroblastic, diploblastic, triploblastic. It is holoblastic. Archentron is formed in neurula, blastula, morula, gastrula. It is gastrula. Upward direction of pigmented part of frog's egg in water helps in camouflage, supply of nourishment, coloration, respiration. It is camouflage. Brain and in fact the whole nervous system including neurons in frog and other vertebrates are derived from embryonic mesoderm, endoderm, ectoderm, all of this. It is ectoderm. Metamorphosis occurs in adult blastula, larva, neurula. It is larva. Metamorphosis occurs in frog, rabbit, amoeba, anus. It is the frog. Now the next one, cavity formed during gastrulation and found in mature gastrula is blastocele, archenteron, neurocele, coelom. It is archenteron. When blastocele is formed in it, the embryo is called morula, gastrula, neurula, blastula. It is blastula. Metamorphosis occurs when growth takes place, larva changes into adult. Development is by parthenogenesis. Larva changes into adult. Animal pole of frog's egg in water remains upwards because sperm enters from the spole. It absorbs light. It has no yolk. It makes egg invisible to enemies by absorbing light. It has no yolk. Which system does not undergo any special change during metamorphosis of frog's tadpole? Respiratory, circulatory, digestive, nervous. Answer is nervous. Grey crescent is present in fertilized egg of frog, eye of frog, retina of cockroach, brain of rabbit. It is fertilized egg of frog. Period of gestation in rabbit is 38 to 40 days, 18 to 20 days, 38 to 50 days, about 30 days. It is about 30 days. A fully formed tadpole of frog does not possess scales, lateral line organ, gills, horny jaw. It is scales. Which set of structures is ectoderm in origin? Brain, liver, gills, spinal cord, heart, epidermis, brain, retina, dermis, lungs. It is epidermis, brain, and retina. Animal pole of frog's egg represents prospective dorsal side, head and tail, ventral side. It is headed. Main processes involved in gastrulation in frog are epiboly, involution, cleavage. Involution, invagination, cleavage. Involution, epiboly, involution, epiboly, invagination. The fourth option, involution, epiboly, invagination. Frog can, but frog's tadpole cannot survive for a while outside water because it has no lungs. It has no scales, cannot locomote upon two of these. It has no lungs. Retina and the lens of eyes in vertebrates are derived from embryonic, ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, all of these. It is ectoderm. What changes occur in tadpole's skin during its metamorphosis? It thickens and acquires mucus gland. It acquires sebaceous glands and become waterproof. Scales develop to prevent evaporation of water. An insoluble layer of keratin forms up upon its surface. First option correct. It thickens and acquires mucus gland. Beginning of archenteron formation in frog's development represents the stage of early blastula, neurula, early gastrula, late gastrula. It is early gastrula, right? Which grouping correctly represents the abdominal layer and the structure derived from it in frog? Ectoderm, liver, endoderm, brain, mesoderm, skeleton, ectoderm, blood. It is the mesoderm skeleton. After which cleavage, holoblastic and equal cleavage in frog's egg ends. First, fourth, second, fifth. It is second. Suppose frog's tadpole does not metamorphose, yet it could not be grouped under fishes because it feeds on aquatic vegetation, does not possess gills, does not possess scales, has a spirally coiled cell. Correct option section does not possess scales. Does not possess scales. End of tadpole stage. Prior to the start of metamorphosis in life history of frog is marked by appearance of forelimbs, appearance of hind limbs, replacements of external gills by internal gills, disappearance of tail. It is appearance of forelimbs. Which side of future tadpole is represented by the yolk plug side of frog's gastrula, dorsal, ventral, anterior, posterior? Correct option is posterior. The third cleavage in frog's egg is vertical and incomplete, superficial, horizontal but not equatorial, horizontal and equatorial. Third option is correct, horizontal but not equatorial. Liver, small intestine and pancreas are divided in frog from ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, partly from ectoderm and partly from endoderm. It is endoderm. A blastopore is found in blastula and is the opening of blastocele, blastula and is the opening of archenteron, gastrula and is the opening of blastocele, gastrula and is the opening of archenteron. Fourth option is correct, gastrula and is the opening of archenteron. Notochord forms the embryonic mesoderm, endoderm, ectoderm, all of this. Notochord forms mesoderm. Nephrogenous tissues are derived from embryonic and endoderm, ectoderm, mesoderm, two of these. It is from mesoderm. Organs of which set are endodermal derivatives: liver, lungs, pancreas, brain, choroid, nerves, kidney, spleen, retina, dermis, spleen, peritoneum. First option is correct, liver, lungs, and pancreas. Type of placenta in human beings is syndesmocoriolis, hemocoriolis, epitheliocoriolis, endothelial. Correct option, hemocoriolis. Coriolis. Skeleton and muscles in vertebrates are derived from embryonic, ectoderm, mesoderm, endomesoderm, endoderm. Correct option is mesoderm. Yolk plug forms during morula formation, blastula formation, gastrulation, neurulation. It is under gastrulation. Now the next, amnion protects the embryo from humidity, shocks, desiccation, toxic effect. It is the shocks. Placenta is universally present in prototherian, reptiles, birds, eutherian mammals. It is in eutherian mammal. In mammals, embryo is nourished by the additional structure called ootheca, placenta, amnion, umbilicus. It is by the placenta. Correct option. A placenta in mammalian embryo forms from amnion, yolk sac, allantosis, chorion. It is from chorion. Gestation period in human beings is 30 days, 30 months, 9 months, 90 days. It is 9 months. Amniotic fluid protects fetus from degeneration, jerks, encystment, none of this. It is the jerks. In embryos of placental mammals, yolk sac develops but has no yolk. Yolk sac does not develop. Yolk sac develops and has yolk. None of these. First, yolk sac develops but has no yolk. Grey crescent is an area formed soon after fertilization in zygote of all animals, zygote of vertebrates, zygote of non-chordate, blastula of vertebrate. It is the zygote of vertebrates. Which of these is an extra embryonic membrane? Hansen's line, diencephalon, allantois, primitive streak. It is allantois. Cleavage differs from mitosis in that it occurs in all body cells, occurs in zygote, results into identical daughter cells, occurs only in invertebrates. Second option occurs in zygote. Blood flowing in umbilical cord of mammalian embryo is 50% maternal, 50% fetal, 10% fetal, 10% maternal, 75% maternal, 25% fetal. It is 10% maternal. Third option is correct. If hen's egg is coated with plaster of Paris, it becomes unbreakable. It withstands environmental conditions more efficiently. Pores of its cells are closed, and hence the young one is better protected. Pores of its cells are closed, and hence young one dies of suffocation. Fourth option. Pores of its cells are closed, and hence young one dies of suffocation. Mammalian embryo is directly surrounded by amniotic cavity, allantoic cavity, primary digestive cavity, yolk sac cavity. It is amniotic cavity. Placenta is a cord that connects the fetus with wall of mother's uterus. A part of the mother's uterine wall through the exchange of materials occurs between mother and fetus. A part of the fetus through which exchange of materials takes place between fetus and mother, chorional villi of fetus, and a part of mother's uterine wall through which chemical exchange between the fetus and the mother. Fourth option is correct. Coronal villi of fetus and a part of mother's uterine wall through which chemical exchange between fetus and mothers occur. Which of these marks the commencement of diploid phase in the life cycle of a vertebrate? Excuse me. Microspore, megaspore, zygote, embryo. It is zygote. Vascular system and excretory organs develop from endoderm, mesoderm, ectoderm, none of this. It is mesoderm. At the time of metamorphosis, frog's tadpole feeds upon algae, insect, both of these nothing. It is nothing. Coelom in frog and other vertebrates is derived from endoderm, mesoderm, ectoderm, blastocele. It is mesoderm. Lateral line organ in frog's tadpole serve to help in changing direction during swimming, perceive sound stimuli, perceive temperature changes, perceive stimuli of movements, currents, and vibration. Fourth option is correct. Perceive stimuli of movements, currents, and vibrations of gonads are derived from embryonic mesoderm, endoderm, ectoderm, and endoderm. Correct option mesoderm. Due to the amount and distribution of yolk, cleavage of frog's egg is equal holoblastic, unequal holoblastic, discoidal meroblastic, superficial meroblastic. Second option, unequal holoblastic. Newly hatched tadpole of frog has a mouth, four pairs of external gill, a sucker, four gill claps. It is a sucker. In a frog's tadpole, hind limbs are not seen because they are covered by operculum. Only hind limbs are seen first. First, only forelimbs are visible. Forelimbs and hind limbs appear at the same time. Second option is correct. Only hind limbs are seen first. This statement about embryonic stages of frog is correct. Blastopore is the opening of blastocele. First cleavage is horizontal and next to vertical. Archentron is future alimentary canal. Blastocele later becomes archentron. Third, archentron is future alimentary canal. Cleavage in frog's development and with the formation of blastula, morula, gastrula, neurula. It is the blastula. What is true about cells during cleavage? They move from animal pole to vegetal pole. They do not grow in size. They consume little oxygen. Their divisions resemble ordinary mitosis. They do not grow in size. Larva of frog is called maggot nymph tadpole mycelium. It is tadpole. Vivipary is found in earthworm, rabbit, pigeon, frog. It is in rabbit. Cleavage in frog's egg is holoblastic, meroblastic, heteroblastic, diploblastic. It is holoblastic. Which statement is correct? Brain is mesodermal, skeleton is mesodermal, liver is ectodermal, heart is ectodermal. Skeleton is mesodermal. Meroblastic cleavage refers to which type of the division of X? Partial, spiral, total, horizontal. It is partial. Apiboly is the process of formation of small slate-like invagination upon gray crescent, rotation of gastrula within vitelline membrane so the animal pole becomes anterior, mass migration of cells from animal hemisphere so that the upper micromeres migrate over edge of dorsal rib, roll inside and are tucked beneath our outer layer. Overgrowth when micromere divide rapidly and spread downwards over megameres except a plug. Fourth option is correct. Overgrowth when micromere divide rapidly and spread downwards over megameres spec except at yolk plug. Blastopore is found in blastula present in future anterior end of embryo, the external opening of gastrocele and opening of a neural tube. Third option, the external opening of the gastrocele. During metamorphosis, tail of a tadpole is broken down, eaten up by the other tadpoles, converted into nutritive materials by cat spay. None of these. Third option is correct, converted into nutritive material by cat spay. Which of these in frogs develop from mesoderm? Island, spleen, thyroid gland, adrenal medulla. It is spleen. If the size of a fertilized egg of frog is compared with the size of blastula and gastrula, which of the following observations will be correct? Progressive increase in size from egg to gastrula. Fertilized egg in largest and gastrula is smallest. Fertilized egg is smallest and blastula is largest. All the three are almost equally sized. First option is correct. Progressive increase in size from egg to gastrula. What is true about mid-gastrula stage in development of frog? Blastopore and yolk plug are found. Both blastocele and archentron are present. Entire surface is covered by ectodermal cell. Archentron just begins to appear. Both blastocele and archentron are present. Archentron in gastrula is lined with ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. It is endoderm. The swimming tadpole of frog feeds on yolk reserve aquatic microorganism, both aquatic plants and microorganism. It is aquatic plants. In its locomotion, the fish-like young tadpole of frog uses cilia, hind limbs, tail, forelimbs, and hind limb. It is the tail. If amount and distribution of yolk in an egg is changed, which of these will be mainly affected? Fertilization, number of blastomere, formation of zygote, pattern of cleavage. It is pattern of cleavage. Extrusion of second polar body in frog's egg occurs before the spermatozoon has entered the egg, after the completion of the act of fertilization, after the spermatozoon has entered the egg, but before the completion of the act of fertilization, with no relationship to either the entry of spermatozoon or the act of fertilization. Third option is correct. After the spermatozoon has entered the egg, but before the completion of the act of fertilization. During metamorphosis, frog gills get converted into lungs. Skin gets confined and mucus and serous glands develop in it. Tail gets shed by breaking at its root. Intestine develops and becomes greatly elongated. Second, skin gets cornified and mucus and serous glands develop in it. Termination of gastrulation is marked by obliteration of archentron, closure of neural tube, obliteration of blastocele, closure of blastopore. It is obliteration of blastocele. Structure which remains unchanged during metamorphosis of frog's tadpole is lung, heart, intestine, brain. It is brain. The extra embryonic membrane of the mammalian embryo are derived from inner cell mass, trophoblast, formative cells, follicle cells. It is trophoblast. What is true about cleavage in fertilized egg in humans? It starts while an egg is in fallopian. It starts when egg reaches uterus. It is meroblastic. It is identical to normal mitosis. First, it starts while the egg is in fallopian tube. Gray crescent of embryo gives rise to posterior region of adult, anterior end of adult, dorsal side of adult, ventral side of adult. It is dorsal side of adult. Type of cleavage in an egg is determined by shape and size of sperm, number of eggs, membranes, size and location of nucleus, amount and distribution of yolk. It is amount and distribution of yolk. First important change shown by tadpole of frog in its development is shrinking of external gills, development of internal gills, appearance of forelimbs, formation of external gills. It is formation of external gills. Blastula of frog has blastopore, blastocele, gastropore, archenteron. It is blastocele. Structure of which set form from embryonic mesoderm, brain and liver, eyeball and retina, dermis and heart, all of them. It is dermis and heart. Similarity between fish and tadpole of frog in the presence of fin rays, lateral line organs, scales, all of them. It is lateral line organs. A larval form occurs in the life cycle of some animals. What is true about all larval forms? Larva is structurally and functionally different from adult. Larva changes into pupa. Larva quite resembles the adult. A larva undergoes a number of molds to become adult. Larva is structurally and functionally different from adult. Which of these do not originate from embryonic ectoderm, notochord, internal ear, brachial arcs, skin epithelium? It is notochord. I hope it's clear to you. Again, we will meet in the next video with more important questions for NEET aspirants.